Today's video is about why we struggle with confidence and self-love and how we can build our confidence. But before we get started, my name is Tawana T. I am an author of a book called Paint Yourself Beautiful. I'm a self-love coach. I'm a registered nurse of 26 years, and I am a mother of 2 beautiful daughters. Here on my YouTube channel, I talk about self-love, self-care, and how to build the most important relationship, and that is the relationship with yourself. Let's define a couple of words. Confidence is self-love plus self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you see yourself, how you view your capabilities. When you have a high self-esteem, you have a high sense of self-worth. When a person is content with who they are, what they have, where they're going, and where they've been, then they have what you would consider a healthy self-esteem. Self-love is different acts of kindness towards yourself, both physically and non-physically. To have self-love is one of the kindest things that you actually can do for those around you that you love, because now they don't have to deal with any of your unresolved issues. So it's not selfish. There are 4 areas of self-love. And to have self-love, you must be aligned with all 4 of these areas. The first one is self-awareness. And in my book, Paint Yourself Beautiful, we really dive into self-awareness. The second is self-worth. Next is self-esteem and self-care. But we struggle with this, and the reason why most of us lack self-love is because we won't sit down and have a conversation with ourselves. We search and we look for all of the answers outside of us, when all the time is space, is opportunity, and it's quietness to just listen and ask yourself, what is it that I really need? I want to ask you a few questions. Do you struggle with apologizing even when you're wrong? Or saying, I'm sorry? Do you speak up for yourself in relationships, in friendships, or in work relationships where you may have the answer, but you don't speak up? You don't say anything? Do you find it difficult to set boundaries or to say no? It's okay. It is okay. It is not your fault, because most of us have struggled in this area of confidence and self-love because we had not been in an environment that was conducive to nurturing and cultivating that. But I'm here to tell you that you can still do something about it. So here are 5 ways that you can increase your confidence and your self-love. Is be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about the things that you need to work on. Number 1, be active. Do the stuff that you like to do. I ask some of my clients to make a list of the 5 things that made them happy. And some of them wrote down what made them happy. And then I asked, when's the last time you did it? And can you believe that half of them hadn't did those things in like 6 months, but they listed them as the top 5 things that made them happy. So go out and be active and do the things that you want to do. If it's a class, if it's a course, if it is a trip that you want to go on, if it is some personal development that you need to do to better you, then go for it. A second thing that you can do to build your confidence is to be positive. And I know that sounds easy, but really this is the hardest for most people. Do you know that we have over 65,000 negative thoughts per day, and we have to fight through that? So whatever you need to do to stay positive, then you do that. That means surrounding yourself with positive people, going to places that make you feel good, watching things that are positive, listening to things like what you ingest into your mental, your spirit, makes a difference on how you feel about you. So make sure that those things are intentional to make you better. Another thing that you can do to increase your confidence is when you look good, you feel good. Are you maintaining a healthy and balanced weight? Are you getting proper nutrition? Are you eating the right food so that you feel good and strong and full of energy? Are you getting enough vitamins? So that's another thing that you can do to increase your confidence, because when you care for you specifically, just think about how you take care of the people that you love. Well, you love you too. So all the things you go out of your way and do for everybody else, so you make sure you have to eat. You can't skip meals. Like, do those things for yourself. The fourth thing that you can do to increase your self-confidence and self-love is turn your failures around. Perspective is everything, right? When you're able to look at the obstacles and the challenges that you faced in life and be grateful for those challenges and obstacles because of what you got out of it, the lesson and the blessing that you receive from it, then there's growth. And when you grow and you attain a different knowledge, a different understanding, you typically feel good about you. A fourth thing that you can do to increase your self-esteem is to turn your failures around. It's time to look at those challenges and those obstacles and get the lesson from them. And I know it's difficult to acknowledge where we went wrong, but I promise you there's growth in that. Just like if you're a friend, we have to learn how to accept the humanity in ourselves. We're going to make mistakes. We're not going to get it right all the time. But that part of us that is nurturing and compassionate to our best friends, then we have to be that for ourselves. And the last thing that you can do to increase your self-confidence and your self-love is to be realistic and have some grace on your journey. You have been conditioned in your way of thinking. And in order to break out of that, it's going to take some changes. And this is not going to happen overnight. Self-love is not a destination. It's a journey that you walk on a daily basis. And in that moment, you're going to have to answer the question, when it's time to make a decision, is this the best decision? And am I loving myself with this decision? Yes or no? And then you decide. So I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that you can take something from here and apply it to your life, or maybe just look and say, hey, do I do this? If you'd like to get in contact with me, my links are below. If you like to purchase the book, Paint Yourself Beautiful, Journal the Journey to You, and start your journey to self-awareness and self-love, then the link is below as well. Thank you, and have a great day.